Let's get more now on that sobering assessment of the economy from the Reserve Bank Governor, who's warning against pay rises pushing inflation higher. Our political reporter Claudia Long joins us from Parliament House. Claudia, so why is Philip Lowe saying we should not expect our wages to go up markedly anytime soon?
Well, Michael, he's basically concerned that pushing up wages to match the inflation, so the price rises that we're seeing across the economy, could essentially create a cycle that would actually make inflation worse. So he said that while, a lot of people are really struggling with the rising cost of food and fuel and electricity and basically everything else, matching that with wage rises perhaps isn't the way to go in his view. Now, on the flip side of that, a lot of people are already really struggling. Your wages just don't buy as much as they used to even 12 months ago. And Dr. Lowe has actually said that the effects of things like climate change and also the effect of, in other major economies, the number of working age people going down, both of those things are going to create supply shocks, so supply shortages and constriction that are also going to drive prices up. So both of those things kind of happening at the same time. And, I think a lot of Australians will remember that during the floods, during the bushfires, just how much of an impact that has on manufacturing and supply as well. So he's also flagged possible further big interest rate rises from the Reserve Bank. So we've had 7 months of that so far, and it may not be stopping anytime soon, was also something that he discussed last night. But he said the most important thing for the government to do is to get inflation back under control.
And Claudia, this seems like a pretty grim message for workers from the head of the Reserve Bank. Having said that, are there any signs at all of improvement on the economic horizon?
Well, he has said that, yes, there are, and it looks like inflation is currently on track. This is just a prediction. It's certainly not a done deal, but he says inflation is on track to get back to more normal levels in about 2 years' time, so 2024. So still a bit further down the road there, but he said that if the government can kind of help, keep inflation going down, even though wages are still going to stay where they are for the next little while, he says that could be relatively painless. Now, obviously, relatively doing a lot of the heavy lifting there, because obviously a lot of people are really still struggling at the moment. But he says that, relatively painless. And there was a bit of a message too to the government in his speech last night to this economic think tank dinner, essentially calling on them to be ready for these supply shocks that we were talking about just a moment ago, caused by climate change, caused by those population changes, to get the budget kind of back under control. We keep hearing the government talk about budget repair, and I think that's what Philip Lowe was kind of getting at last night, in terms of getting the budget deficit back down, back under control, so that the government is ready to respond to those supply shocks.
Claudia Long, thanks for the update.